The really big money in the investment world is made by the entrepreneurs who come up with the ideas of creating something that's going to change the way you and I live. The next area of big money is the investors who get in early and help finance the growth of the company before it becomes an IPO. So how do you do that? Well, one, as I said, you become the entrepreneur, or number two, you gain access to private equity. How do you do that? I found a company called Dizraptor who actually goes out and meets with the early employees who get options, and then when those options become a reality, they come in and buy the options from them and then make them available to me. As I say, it's called Dizraptor, and in this video I'm going to go into some detail as to how you can gain access to Stripe, a very exciting new company that's really big in the news right now.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
This is the story of Stripe, as told by Forbes magazine. It tells about two young men in 2010, Patrick, who's 21, and John, who's 19, Colson, approaching Peter Thiel. Now, Peter Thiel is the founder and owner of PayPal. And they meet with Peter somehow, and they explain that they have created something that can put PayPal out of business, and they would like Peter to invest in their company called Stripe. Peter listens, talks, gains knowledge, and invests $2 million into Stripe. Peter then contacts a couple of his friends, Elon Musk and Michael Moritz, an early investor in Google, and they step in as well. This is not a fairy tale. This is the truth. What John and Patrick had done was create 7 lines of code that could be put into any website to facilitate financial transactions. In other words, if you wanted to buy something, a hat, a cup, or whatever, on this website with this 7 lines of code, that could be facilitated. Whereas under Peter Thiel's PayPal, it requires hours of setup and connection with banks and with PayPal to achieve the same transaction. So they did have a better mousetrap. Fast forward today, and Stripe is now the second largest financial transaction facilitator on the internet, second behind, you got it right, Peter Thiel's PayPal, and gaining strength. So here are the numbers so you get a feel for what this industry is about and where Stripe fits at this point. As you can see, it's projected this industry is going to grow from $90 billion in 2022 to somewhere around $193 billion in 2030. At current, we see that PayPal is the leader in this field with 32% of the market share, followed by Stripe at 20%, and then others as we go down. Then we have the estimates of payments, that is the amount of transactions, amount of money being facilitated over the internet, and you can see that it's grown from 20 billion up to, in 2021 it was 640. This is just the growth of the internet as a commerce source. And then we have the gross and net revenues generated from online transactions. Why is this important? And I know the question you're asking right now, what is Stripe's ticker symbol? It's in private equity. It is not a public company at this time. Then why are you talking about it, Carrie? Because Dizraptor can give you access to this. What I'm going to suggest you do right now is stop the video, go down into the description, and find the link that I've put in there for you to connect with Dizraptor. What I then want you to do is open the app up, and you'll page down, and the second offering you're going to see is that for Stripe. And it's going to show you this applies through October the 31st, and that it has a $55 billion valuation, and its current price is $40 a share. And that the minimum amount that you can invest is $1,000. Then page down, and it will give you an overview of Stripe and tell you that it has raised $2.3 billion. It gives you the names of some of the investors, and it's indicating to you that it is now selling at a 40% discount. Well, why is that? It's because of the conditions of the market. Now, how do you figure a 40% discount? Well, at its last its last fundraising, it raised $95 billion, and that was in March of 2021. And at that point, at that amount raised, it was $69 per share. But you can now get it because of market conditions in the suppressed market. You can get it for $40 a share. Now, it goes on to tell you that how Dizraptor is organized. It's an LLC, and where it's located and how it's set up. It then goes into the fees that are charged, which is a 5% transaction fee, and then they take 10% of the profits. And then it goes into very deep detail of what Stripe is all about, shows you who their current customers are, who they work with, the depth of their overview of their products. It tells you about what I just told you about the team and where that they are in Dublin, Ireland, as well as in San Francisco. And so you can page through this and you can see exactly what this company is about. Now, you do have to be an accredited investor, but with $1,000, you can get Stripe. And then here you see the same numbers that I just shared with you as to how they are doing in the market, how big the market is, and what the potential is. And then you can see their growth potential and their growth earnings, and how the industry has grown and how they have grown over the past. It's very detailed. So I hope you have done that. And now you have access to the app. Again, I'm saying that you need to be an accredited investor. What is that? That you can prove that you, first of all, you are who you say you are, and then that you have at least $1 million in investable assets. That means not in your home or not in real estate, but instead in a brokerage account or brokerage accounts, or that you have made $200,000 or more a year the last 2 years, or that you are a registered investment advisor. So that's how you get in a position where you can have access to Stripe as well as additional companies that you'll see on your app, your Dizraptor app. I've been working with Dizraptor now for almost a year, and I'm very pleased with them. And I think they are something that you should put in your toolbox so that you can keep up on what is available to you. You're going to find Neuralink. You're going to find SpaceX. You're going to find what's his company, Bohr. That's another one of Elon's companies. It's something that you need to have in your toolbox so that you know what's available and what's going to be available and how you can get, as it says here, Stripe at a 40% discount. So that's the story of the two brothers who were young Irish gentlemen who approached Peter Thiel to tell him that they had something that could put him out of business. And I guess Peter was threatened enough to say, well, if you're going to put me out of business, I need to own part of you. So follow Peter's lead, follow Elon's lead, and possibly this can be a tremendous opportunity for you as well. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. I'm here to help you make good investment decisions, to teach you about different types of investments and where you can build your family wealth. Talk to you again tomorrow.